TK421, wire 2 at your post. TK421, do you copy?
Hello, this is Pilot TK421, leaving my post to bring you a post. Alright everybody, I've got some heavily medicated gameplay coming up for you for my Steam account here. But first I thought I would cover a topic that I've been getting a couple of questions on, and that is building a hangar deck for quick matches. On PC platform, which is Steam and Game Center, I believe it's called. All we have available at the moment is quick match, so I pretty much have to design all of my hangars with quick match in mind, and well, that shouldn't be terribly difficult. It actually can be at times because well, you never know what you're going to get with a quick match, whether it be team deathmatch, beacon matches, or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I thought I would do up TK's Quick Matcher's Guide to the Hangar Deck, because some people want to just, you know, jump into a game and still be effective without having to worry about their hangar too much. So pretty much what I do is I've got various hangar roles set up here. Each one of these robots fills a specific role in my hangar. And basically, the roles consist of like beacon runners, brawlers, and snipers. And back before I had my second hangar deck here, I used to have to run just one hangar, and I had to be prepared for any type of beacon match or team deathmatch that came across. So right now I've got it pretty much set up into two hangars, one for larger maps with some beacons and mostly team deathmatch, and I've got this one here set up for a lot of the smaller maps which have, you know, beacons and a little bit of team deathmatch as well. But for roles, you're going to want to have at least one beacon runner, two brawlers, one set up for close range and one set up for mid range, and two snipers. The snipers, you're going to want to have to you know, make sure that they can do a little bit of brawling at the same time or whatever, but I'll get into that later here. As for beacon runners, your beacon runner should be fast, semi-durable, and set up for brawling for mid to close ranges. The reason is because the faster you can engage your enemy on your way to the beacon, the less health they have by the time they get to the beacon, and they're a little bit more manageable. Normally you would use your beacon runner at the start of a match to get some beacons. Some good choices of robots for beacon runners are Lokis, Phantoms, Ravens, Orochis, and even the Raker in lower leagues. And some of the better weapons to use for you know, beacon runners and stuff like that is stuff like shotguns or flamethrowers. The blast wave rockets, they actually work pretty good too. And Scourge type weapons. The reason why the Scourge type weapons are actually rather kind of nice to use is because they A, lock onto your enemy, and they B, have a 600 meter range, but C, they do more damage the closer you get to your target, so yeah, that's also good there. And as for your brawlers, you're going to want some close range brawlers so that you can drop them on a beacon. Just in case you got a red sneaking up on an unguarded beacon or something, you can bring out a close range brawler. They're usually slow to medium speed with really high durability, and they're usually fairly resilient to status effects such as you know, corrode, freeze, stuff like that. And some good robots to use for that purpose are stuff like Bulwarks or Falcons, Shells, Fenriers, Behemoths. I think the Behemoths can't be pushed in turret mode, but I'm not 100% sure on that. If somebody could verify that in the comments, that'd be cool. Weapons that you should use on a robot like that would be well, stuff like shotguns, Exodus rockets, plasma stuff like the Redeemer and what the heck are they called? Magnums and Yeah, the other one there, the medium ones, I can't remember what they're called at the moment. And flamethrower weapons, they're all really good to use on robots that you're going to be dropping onto a beacon just because of close range. The flamethrowers might be a little bit better because they can, bypass resistances and whatnot, but yeah, and for your other brawler, you're going to want to have a mid-range setup on it, and it should be a medium to fast robot with mid durability range and set up for support, actually. Basically what you want to do with it is use it for getting to a beacon and support your teammates along the way any way you can, whether it be like healing or suppression or something like that. And you can also use them for, crowd control or, possibly getting ready to assault a beacon or something. But, robots to use for that type of role would be like a Raker, a Nightingale, a Tier, or a Mentor. They work really, really well for that. And you want to use weapons that have, 500-meter range or something like that, because the sooner you can engage an enemy on your way to your allies to help them out, the better it is. And weapons that are relatively good to use for that role are stuff like Punishers or autocannons. Blast Waves also work really well with it, and Scourge type weapons as well also work well with that role too. And then as for, snipers, we've got my favorite class of, fighting or whatever you want to call it, but you want medium to fast robots with light to medium durability and built for mid to long range engagements and status effects. Basically, you want to use your snipers to be able to, apply damage over time, suppression, lockdown, freeze, stuff like that, if you can. And they're basically used for supporting your team with spike damage to hard targets while inflicting status effects and selective elimination of high threat soft targets. What I mean by that is well, suppose you got some, big tough Fenrir or something coming up on a beacon or whatever, and you got a small guy that's trying to defend it. You can help him out by, taking off some rather decent chunks of health with your sniper weapons. And if you can actually lock them down or suppress them or freeze them even, would be kind of cool too, because it gives your ally at the beacon that much more opportunity to do more damage or stay alive a little bit longer. And some really good robots to use for that role is stuff like the Raker, the Tier, the Ares, the Hawk, or the Fafnir. And some really good weapons to use are stuff like autocannons, ballistas and arbalest, Flux and Gecko, and Zeus or Ions. Actually, the Zeus and Ions can be rather helpful in lower leagues because they're relatively cheap and easy to get early on, and they pretty much do all of their damage in one blast, as opposed to the Scourge type weapons. But that being said, I thought I would head on into a few of the other things that are wonderful about making what I call Swiss Army hangars. And that's actually, building robots that have more than one of those roles in them. Like, for example, the Fenrir here. I can actually use this guy here for both sniping and brawling, which you might not think is possible, but it actually is. I've done it a few times with the Fenrir with Tempest and Pulsars before, and it actually works pretty well. Actually, this paint job looks really, really nice on the update. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, like I said, I've used this for brawling and whatnot, and I also use it for sniping, which is kind of cool because then you get, two of your roles taken care of in one thing. And if you say put a last stand on it, you can possibly use it as a beacon dropper to drop it on a beacon and take care of some guy coming towards you if he's low on health, and then use it for sniping afterwards. Or for example, I can use this robot here, the Fafnir, is either a sniper or in a pinch I can use it to do some brawling because it's got the durability, sorry, not durability, the defense points while it's on the ground and whatnot. And because of the weapons that I'm using and the modules and stuff that I have, it actually does not too bad as a brawler if I need to. And stuff like my Raker here, well, in the lower leagues I used to use this as my beacon runner. I was running Avenger and 2 Shredders on it, and it did really well. In fact, I have a video titled This One Time on Moon Map, and it has the best run I've ever had in a Raker on it, where I get a living legend, or 2, or 3. But yeah, if you want, go check it out. But like I says, you know, you pretty much want to build robots that can cover as many of the roles as possible in one build as you can. This guy here, for example, he can, you know, cap beacons and beacon rush and, you know, grab a lot of beacons really fast, or it can, you know, sit at distance and be a little bit of a nuisance of a sniper and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much how I go through setting up my hangars for you know, the quick match and stuff like that, and it seems to work okay. One thing you want to do though is make sure you've got like a healer or something like that. I use my Nodens mostly for healing in quick matches and stuff like that, because well, it allows me to have, you know, 2 snipers, 2 brawlers, and a beacon runner. Other than that, there's not much really else that I can talk about for, you know, hangar selection and whatnot and stuff for quick match. So I think with that being said, I will duck on out and I will bring you the heavily medicated gameplay from my Steam account, so stick around.